Traders, this is Thiago and welcome to Boulevard Futures channel. Let's start another live stream. Sorry, just a second. Let's start another live stream. If this is your first time, our objective here is not to give calls, but to show how complementing technical analysis, different schools of analysis can give you a competitive edge. In this case, my intention is to show you how the order flow could support you, could help you in trading your own style or chart and technical analysis. Okay. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the stream, leave your like after watching it. Let's start as usual with our brief about the market. Yesterday and today we have a lack of indicators, no indicators, but funk members speaking. So yesterday it was pretty much like Friday. We have a huge move upwards, then huge downwards, then upwards again. Yesterday we've moved up and down 20 points up, 20 points down, 20 points up. It's been challenging to find clear opportunities. Afterwards, looking at the charts, we can see regions, but during the match, it's been hard to actually identify. It's not been that usual. In this case, we should be patient because we can lacking patience, we can make silly trades, and this is not that good. Let's take this 2 minutes before the session starts to make our review, to make a review about our perspectives here. We've seen prices trading above the value area during all the night. Okay, value area high is at 442. There was a rejection right at that 439. It was important point yesterday. I had it noted, and we see that in the steep fall it had during the night, found support right at the 39 and then moved upwards towards the 57. Okay, I'm curious about the 50. 50 is a very important region. If you see here at the 60 minutes, I have this volume profile for July, and we see a wall at 450 here. We have a big range ending in the 50, so it's hard to make this kind of breakouts during the night. For me, it's not that reliable. I prefer to wait and see what comes in the regular session, especially today that we hadn't indicators yesterday. We won't have today. Tomorrow we have the CPI and Thursday PPI. So it would be important to see. I've been using the 60 minutes moving average as reference. Yesterday it didn't work at all. Today we are right at the 46. It's in the 46. So based on yesterday, it's not that reliable as it's been used to be. But let's see what we are going to see. Below the 50, I have noted here the 46. It was very important yesterday. 46, 42, 39, very relevant. 36 and 29. Up here we have the 55 to 57. Today we have a resistance one at 58. So this could be pro important as well. Then we have the 465 to 67. Then 74 to 76 and 480 to 82. So let's wait and see what could be coming. We are trending upwards anyway, so it's important to see what's going to happen here. We're right above the 50, and 55 to 57 is also support, and today is also resistance. and 58 is a resistance one, pivot point resistance one. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. Yesterday close was at 444. 445 to 7 was important, and today we have also the close right there. Value area high at 42 and value area low at 32. Okay, also important reference. Liquidity is still low. Today, if you see here, we have 194,000 contracts. It's a few amount. It's not that much for the opening, but considering current times, it's okay. Last week we've had a higher volume since we had a couple of several important indicators, ADP on Thursday and payrolls on Friday. So at this opening, we had more than 300,000 contracts. But July is a month within a decreased volume. Let's see here. Here in the left bottom, I have my 4,000 ticks chart. Let's see. 55 here after opening is working as a resistance, even though we have a small volume. It's this kind of range is definitely not trustful, reliable so far, because it's few contracts, it's not representative. So let's see how it's going to. But anyway, we're seeing, I was questioning about arguing about the 50. We're seeing sellers putting pressure, but buyers absorbing above it. You see from 52.50 to 53.75 this absorption. One of my possible scenarios, it would be to quickly drop below the 50. It was not the case. Let's see this time until where price will move. We had this previous exhaustion at 525. So far, we have 1,600, 307. This, in theory, would be a classical exhaustion, but we were trending upwards. We are in the very beginning, so it's hard to trust. But this scenario is usually, we're seeing that right at the 55, we had 7, then we have 11, then 15, now 16. Let's see if to overcome or it's overcame. Let's see until where. But anyway, this buying absorption at 53, as I've mentioned before, was a clue for me that maybe my expectation about dropping quickly below 50 could be wrong, and now we're seeing that it was actually wrong. I've had noted here a region from 55 to 57, and we have the resistance one at 58. So this is a region I would be definitely looking carefully, and we could expect some struggle. Our daily high so far is, we just reached 725. We just reached it, right? The high, it was marked in the morning, okay, 1 hour ago. Price didn't overcome the session's high. Let's see. Anyway, regarding the 50, part of our work is always try to avoid getting biased, but considering how it was strong before, for me it's really hard to rely in an overnight breakout such as it happened. So far we are trading above it. We're seeing buying pressure, but for me it's not that, I don't know the word, maybe comfortable to see this, but we need to stick to the flow. If we see, I was looking at the weekly chart before. Let's see here, just then I tell about this afterwards, later. Look here. Price hold on the 54. So we're seeing a buying strength. Let's see. If they keep pushing here and fail, then we could see a reaction, a selling reaction. So far, no weakness signal. If you look here, we could maybe configure an ascending triangle. Let's see. Price could return until the 53. That this wouldn't be changed actually. But failing up here could lead to the correction I've mentioned, but let's wait and see. It respected this. Let's see here around the 60. What's going to around the 60? What's going to happen? Oh, we failed. You see, we had a breakout, an exhaustion at 875. This is not that good for buyers. See the reversal strength. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? You see, we are always talking about the breakouts. Guys, just accomplished, just succeeded in the breakout, and with that exhaustion, this is a clear clue to the other side to make a quick reaction. Let's see here at the 53. Now we're seeing, you see, sellers absorbing the 53. I'm curious about the 50. As I mentioned, it's an important, it's a very important region, 50 to 52, if we could say. This is the, I was telling about this for you guys that it's maybe just arriving. 450 is a very important region, and we had the breakout during the night. A breakout of such an important region with few volume is definitely not that reliable. It could work, but it's always important to check what's going to happen in the regular session. Yeah, Aaron, let's see the close at 444. I have here the 46. I've put a note here, a line here. 46 was important yesterday. You see, we've just seen a rejection at 858.75, and then a quick reversal. We're seeing here I had noted the 45, 47. We are telling every day, we are telling about this. 47 worked. 46 here, yeah, it was 675 yesterday. They're trying to we're seeing a huge buying absorption, but sellers keep putting pressure right at the close. Let's see if there will be a rejection, and buyers will be able to make a yeah, Ron. Man, what about that rejection at 58? 10 points. I sure you got that. And maybe reverted here at the 44, huh? 400 point downwards, and now just reverted. You're a smart guy. Let's see. I was telling about the 50. This is the issue here. Let's see if now the 50 will be a resistance. It could actually be. Let's see. Around 4 points at the yesterday's close. Let's see if the 50 will. The rationale about the 50 was right this one here. Look at here. This is the volume profile from July. And you see a wall, kind of wall here in the 50 to 52. So it's such a, usually this kind of pattern is, we see usually strong struggles around it to definitely break it. Then let's see what will be the case. If it will just be a, we had the rejection at the 44 and we'll resume moving upwards, or if it will be this, maybe the case, if we'll see this, the 50 working strong again. Let's see. So far, the 48.25 here is the point of control. Good, Aaron. Let's see until where this move will last. Okay. Let's see if the 50 here will definitely work. if we see here the times and sales, we see buyers prevailing so far, buyers making lots of uh, we've seen big blocks, buyers trying to defend. Look, they are in the book, but prices failing to move up. Yeah, it was too strong, Aaron. I agree. As I was mentioning about the 50, the scenario that would be more likely for me, it would be the 50 work as a resistance now, and then we see the content of the slide. But let's see what the flow will. It was very important to be broken with such a few volume out of regular hours. But anyway, we are seeing buyers. They've been absorbing above the 50 right at the beginning, and we're seeing they are making strong efforts, but sellers so far leading. We're seeing here by suffering to overcome the 48 to 50, 48 to 51. You up, yeah. Let's see here the 50. But after falling the way it fell, we see such a resistance below previous top in such an important region. In theory, this is more bearish than bullish. Let's see the 2 minutes. Strong red bar in 2 minutes as well. 5 minutes, that drop just reached the 20 period moving average in the 5 minutes. A good clue here about possible continuity of the drop would be to see the breakout and to see an exhaustion, another exhaustion. We've seen an exhaustion here, it's 575. For example, we see it reaching 53, an exhaustion, and then sellers overtaking the, reassuming the lead. This could be, but you see that it didn't even reach there. Or 750 is becoming the strong range. We see buyers keep the pressure. Looking at times and sales, it's still prevailing, big orders from buyers. But now sellers keep absorbing an exhaustion at the 50. Liquidity is found. Players found liquidity right here at this very beginning. With such an intensity, buyers are not being able to overcome the 50. If at some point 48.25 was yesterday, yes, Aaron, definitely it was actually a resistance yesterday. Was important. It was an important point yesterday. But I was telling, if at some point we're seeing buyers making aggression, sellers absorbing, now buyers absorbing, so it's a big struggle. Here at the times and sales, we see that is prevailing big orders from buyers. So we are seeing that they're striving to maintain this, to break this. But if at some point this intensity from buyers disappears, then we could see the move, the fall continuing. Let's see if we see, as I was telling before, if we see prices reaching 52 to 3, for example, an exhaustion here and buyers disappearing, this could be a clue to sellers resume, or this could be also a clue that buyers finish their contracts, or at least they are not actually intending to buy above the 50. Let's see what will be the case. Yeah, it's a tight range. Let's see, but failing here, it will definitely bad to. Let's see, the 51. Yeah, 51. But every time they make the break, it lacks. They stop the pressure. Let's see what will be the case. With such a pressure failing there, and this kind of profile for me is more bearish than bullish. Okay, we made a twice the top. We had a quick and clear rejection with an exhaustion right at the point when it was the high was being low done, a strong fall. Now found this resistance in the midway that was actually expected to be found because it was the 50. So it's undefined here. You see here in the third volumetric bar from 47 to 50 to 5075. Impossible to see because we're seeing absorptions from all the sides. It's hard to define anything here or to say, but failing so many times up there, it could be read as a weakness signal. Let's see if the lower end of the range will be lost. Down there, in the case of losing, we have strong regions. We have not that strong. We have important points from yesterday that I would say I had noted 42, 39, and 36. They've been support and resistance at both time in a couple of times each. But it seems we could see, since we have no indicators today and the most anticipated are tomorrow and Thursday, it maybe could lack stimulus to, yeah, I don't. Let's see. Sorry. The most anticipated indicators are tomorrow and Thursday. Today we have no relevant driver. It wouldn't be a surprise if we see prices sideways, such as in the latest days, lacking conviction, then moving many points upwards and then downwards, or the scenario that's also possible is to trade sideways, keep sideways. And it's hard to think about assuming a trend, a long trend, or I mean a long lasting trend in such a session. But did you see, this is also a signal. After such a resistance in the 50 and with buyers failing to overcome it and sellers are taking the lead, this would be a kind of movement that should be continued down there. And sellers, buyers failed up there and sellers failed down here. So it's hard to, but you see that sellers fail, let room to the buyer's reaction. Let's see until where it will last. It would be important for buyers to overcome the 53 to re-enter this upper range here, while below the 53 there would be still the risk of re-entering this lower range. Okay, then we've seen the fail right at the 52. Was definitely not good for buyers. Then this is the important reason I like seeing the ranges. With that fail, with that exhaustion, yeah, buying pressure at the lows. You see, let me just take a note about this. then it would be needed to re-enter the upper range to confirm the bullish strength. But we had that exhaustion right at the 52. This is definitely not helpful for buyers. But from what we've been seeing, it does not mean necessarily that it will break down here. It's too strong. We're seeing sellers defending up there, buyers exhausting, and we're seeing also buyers defending here and sellers exhausting. There's a good liquidity range here. 30 minutes, 357 contracts. Looking at the times and sales, now it's more 50-50. Buyers are prevailing before, but now we've seen strong blocks from sellers as well. Stuck in the range, Aaron. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Failing both ends. It's, let's see. I'm trying to avoid it, but I'm continue kind of biased in terms of being more bearish than bullish, considering all the context, the importance of the 50, the fact of the lack of indicators, the relevance of tomorrow's and Thursday indicators. But you see, they've now sellers made the breakout and have an exhaustion in 5550. Then sellers made a strong absorption at 47. That could be a signal of the possible continuity, but prices easily moving up and down. Let's see. Let's see. Taking the opportunity, guys. I think I will make a quick video, a short video about this, but I intend to next week start making the daily Zoom transmissions. I was supposed to be doing this a couple of months ago, but I postponed it. So as from next Monday, I would be launching it. We would spend around 1 hour 30 minutes here. It would be pretty similar to what I'm doing on. Oh, we had a breakout. I will tell later. Oh, did you see? 4350. 4350. Let's see here. Now we have a clear range here from 47 to 51 was where the previous struggle was concentrated. Now this will be our reference because failing to re-enter the 47 would confirm the weakness. Failing, you see that we've seen that we had strong absorption down here. Here I have this orange line I had before, was my reference from yesterday. You see that it's been a support also today in a couple of times. Let's see if to overcome the 47 again. Let's see if to overcome the 47 again. Let's see the 5 minutes. Look here. even though we were above the moving average, this big red bar with buyers suffering to push price above the 50, this was kind of a clue that it could be it could be possible to have this slide here. Let's see until where it will last. I had also noted the 42 from yesterday. 42 here is also a, but we are seeing buyers absorbing. I had previously noted 44 to 47, 45 to 47 actually. Then I had 42 and then 39. 39 would be maybe better. But we see here, we have the value area high at the 42. So it's definitely a point I would be looking. We're seeing that buyers are absorbing, strong absorptions, but this time sellers are being able to push downwards. It seems that could be happen what I've mentioned before. 50 was important point. Buyers were making it was clear from times and sales that buyers were putting a strong pressure, but if that pressure at some point fails, it would lead to this line, and it seems that it was what happened when buyers exhausted or buyers stopped putting pressure. Sellers, let's see here, you see that 45 now could be also a reference. Buyers absorbed thousands of contracts in 44 to 45. Sellers absorbed the 45. Then if we see buyers fading to reach the 47 again, or at least 46, we could have a similar case from the one I've mentioned up there in the 53. If you followed here, we've seen that this move was triggered by the fail at 52. Yes, the close is right at 444.25. We had it stopped or it paused at the 42. Okay, 42 is the value area high. It was an interesting point yesterday as well, but it's value area high. So, such as we've seen in the fail at the 53 that led to this, it would be important to see if we see prices reaching the 47 and failing to re-enter the region and reach 70, 50, sorry, excuse me, failing to consistently trade within the previous area could lead to a, look here, the 45, the 45, yes. We've seen here in this the volumetric bar from the middle. Look how buyers try to defend. They're absorbing lots of thousands of contracts as well. So we have also a good struggle here. The first big green candle down here in 2 minutes. Look here, wow. Look at the shadow of this 5-minute candle. It will be important actually to overcome the 46 here. Let's see what's going to. Let's see. Now the struggle is at the 45. Buyers putting pressure, but sellers absorbing all they can. Look here, at 5 minutes, it's interesting to see you. I always mention about the tick based, but the time based is always also interesting. I like looking at the 5 minutes after 30 minutes. Then we have more bars, more candles. The moving average actually as a support. There was a rejection right there. We've lost it, and now we just touched the average. So trading below this average is also a bearish signal. So we are collecting several bearish signals here. Did you see? This fail to overcome the 40 to reach the 46 is also a signal. Let's see the 4,000 ticks again. So far, we are seeing this not actually a bearish trend, but as we're many times struggling, but with bears putting pressure. Let's see here. Aaron mentioned about the overnight low. I mentioned that 39 was important yesterday, and we had a strong rejection right at the 39 during the night. So let's see, firstly, if it will be reached, and if so, how it will look like, how it will be traded. But we're starting to see here that fail at 50. Now here, if with this fail at 46, it's kind of trying to configure a downtrend. But as I've mentioned before, in these sessions previous to important indicators, it's hard to expect long-lasting trends. So sometimes we think we are seeing a clear trend, and then out of nowhere, out of the blue, it changes and retrace all the move. So even though we have clear evidence about this bearish strength, it's very important to pay attention since it can be quickly changed. And this we could consider this 42 as a, since it's the value area high, as long as we're trading above it, in theory we would still be bullish. Not the bullish pressure, but I would say while trading above it could be in a bullish perspective. 444.25 is yesterday close, so we're struggling right at it. Dimension 42 was respected, and let's see. So I was mentioning before, right at the breakout, that from next Monday I will be starting the project we had for a couple of months, but actually resuming now. That's to make daily transmissions through Zoom platform. It would be a subscription based product, but there is a free trial, and especially for you guys that are usually looking here, we can extend maybe a bit longer, and just a matter of if you want to take a look. This is the link for the landing page. So ideally, in a couple of weeks, maybe probably during August, I will launch a course. In this model of subscription, the course will be included when launched. So the idea is doing the transmissions as I do here. It would be a narration of the flow. Ideally, I would be like I found this similarity. I would be kind of co-driver narrating the flow, and regardless the technique the trader use, I think that this disorder flow tools can support the timing and decision making process. So we have this like on the job training every day, a Q&A session once a week where we could, even though we can talk here, you are obviously uh, it's a pleasure. It's my pleasure to see questions here and be able to discuss. But to have a Q&A session to be scheduled, uh, and where we could discuss the concepts, and then I would have the course where we could make all this knowledge I've been sharing. I could put it simultaneously or structured in a structured way so as people could better assess it and absorb it. Okay, so ideally, the course will be structured and give the tools. And here we are watching the match and narrating the match as it happens. And I think that it could be supportive. And so if you want to join, it's just a matter of putting the name there or drop me a message. I could include you in the list. Did you see the 42? We just mentioned the 42. There was a pause there. Then prices failed in reach it again, and now moving upwards again. Let's see here the 47, if it will definitely enter this 47, and if entering, we could see it reaching the 50, and let's wait and see what would be happening in the case of reaching there. But in the 4,000 ticks, you see, we had a strong kind of trend. Now we have three big green candles. I was just mentioning about it. We're we're practically at the view up. My view up is a bit different from Aaron's one because I only consider in the regular trading hours. An exhaustion and 50, but with such a strength, it's hard to trade exhaustions or to trade exhaustion or to trust that much. But we see that right at the view up, it failed. Exhaustion at 50.25. Let's see the 51. 50 remains our key region. Right before the buyers reassumed here, I was exactly telling about trusting trends or kind of clear trends in such a condition. It was about this. Yeah. Yeah, Ron. I usually, for me, the view up is the best reference as a profit taking, and also when I have when we see a very strong move before it, many times, and I see a rejection or something like this, I make counter trends, scalpings, but it's risky. It's not that it's kind of risky, but sometimes it leads to. Last week, 3 or 4 times there were good opportunities. Last or the previous one, I don't remember, but there was some touches at the view up that led to 10, 12 points of reversal. Back to the 50s. Let's see what's going to happen here. In theory, after the 42 working as a support and with such a buying intensity, in theory, it could be favorable for buyers to make the breakout here. But look here, how it's been struggled before. 1,000 contracts, 10,000 contracts in each level, almost 7,000. Yes, yes, Aaron. Got break 52. Actually, I think that it would be I would be happy to see it breaking actually not only the 52, but if I start seeing strong buying absorption at 52, then it would be interesting. Even better if we start seeing sellers putting pressure and buyers absorbing at 52, 52.50, and it would be even more if we see this at 53. But this is also interesting. Look here. This rejection at 47.75 and quickly 50.75. This 3 point, this is not that good for sellers. But I agree with you that 52 is the reference. But look here, we are in the third candle right at the 50s. If we see again buyers, it will be a good struggle anyway. And maybe this time buyers would be with a more advantage than they were in the previous one. They were pressured up, pressed up. Uh, let's see. Let's see, just a second. Oh, excuse me. Uh, let's see here. Oh, this absorption, huge absorption 50. It would be nice. Let's see. Let's see here. Uh, we're moving above the 51. If we start seeing in 52 it would be interesting. I'd like to see a strong absorption from buyers at 51. 52, sorry, excuse me. But we are seeing that, look here at the 50, it's very much struggled, but we are seeing that this time buyers are making more efforts to maintain prices up here. Let's see. What we couldn't see is an exhaustion from buyers at 53. They couldn't and shouldn't exhaust or reduce their pressure. Now they're keeping the pressure, it seems. They absorbed the 51. Let's see. 52 exhaustion, but it's not conclusive yet. It's hard to, yeah. They're absorbing 150. This is good for buyers and bad for bears. But it's very strong region, hard to look here. Absorbing 150. Okay, I've mentioned 52, but this 150 here is also interesting. It would be more conclusive if we see also such an absorption here at 52 at least. Let's see. But we are seeing that failing to even reach the next range. So even though we are seeing buyers putting pressure, this is definitely good, but failing to reach the next, failing before reaching next range is not that good. Does not mean it will not succeed in making the breakout, but so we've seen this 1,000 contracts, 2,000 contracts, the 150, now back to the 50.75. Let's see. Then just repeating to confirm, it would be interesting to see prices reaching 53, 55, 53.5. Sellers defending and buyers being able to absorb and to hold the move above the 52. It would be needed to at least reach 53 and fail to return to 50-50. Let's see the 60 minutes. If you remember, I mentioned I was questioning about arguing about the 50 because look at this. This is the July's volume profile. We have kind of wall here at the 50, okay? When we see this is if we had kind of like payroll or any or Fed FONC meeting, then we could see a breakout, strong breakout and prices make a huge hike. But in a season or in two sessions like yesterday and today that are completely lacking indicators, we have tomorrow and Thursday, then this kind of wall is really hard to be broken. Does not mean that will not be broken today. We're seeing that it could be possibly be broken now because buyers are putting pressure. But it's not that easy to make, especially to make such a breakout out of the regular hours in the pre-markets that we had today. Okay. Then we're increasing the or improving this range we have here that goes through 51 to 31. Maybe it's strongest base from 51 to 31, and then down here the 24. We're always telling about the 22, 24. Did you see yesterday? It was a regular trading hours low. It's clear here also in the volume profile. We had this noted before, and this month it's confirming the relevance. But the 50 would come from here, okay? Let's see. Let's see if buyers, the issue now is to hold price above the 50. We are seeing that buyers are striving to accomplish this. Well, I forgot about the time. What time is it? We have 1 hour. Yeah, 1:06. So guys, as usual, I will be finishing here just to, we reached 1 hour of transmission. So be careful with the 50. We could see this overcoming, and after such a struggle, in the case of overcoming, it could maybe go to the 5 to 7 would be also important, okay? It would be a relevant region to be watched. Hard to trust in long-lasting trends in such a session, but the 50 is really important here. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. And I was mentioning before about next week, starting the daily from Monday to Thursday Zoom transmission, and about the course I will be launching maybe in August. We have a free trial. My intention is to let people try and taste and before any decision, since I think that the order flow is very supportive and very helpful. I just put here the link. If you want to just take a look there. You can just put your name. It's not charging. You'll get the email and then send for the trial next week the Zoom meeting address. Okay, the invite, and that's it. Take care. Watch out here the 50. Okay, and tomorrow I'll be here again. Hope to see you guys here, especially for those of you that are entering just at the end. Enter a bit before, enter a bit early tomorrow, and it will be a pleasure to see you. Ok, Aaron, valeu, meu, brigadão. Você tá sempre aí, nota 1000. Bom estar contigo. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you didn't leave, or if you like it and did give your like it, just give a like. It's interesting for the channel. Okay, thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow here at 9:25. Okay, thanks. Bye, Aaron.